What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Wanted to do a little update. I got enough wires hooked up to get this thing to crank and kind of start. I'm having some issues right off the bat. We got a fuel pressure gauge hooked up. You can see it's not getting a lot of pressure. Remember when I replaced the tank and I put the sending unit in the tank, the stock one for the V6? It had a pump like this, which I thought these were all the same. I figured I'd get 47 pounds or so. um, I'm not quite sure if this is my issue or not, but I'm going to redo the whole fuel system for a few reasons. You remember when I hooked up all this stuff, it was like that push to fit stuff. You just push it in, and here it is, this little guy. You just push it in, and I guess you got to use a special hose for it to work right. I just used like it. It's got fabric in it, from the auto parts store, but I had to put a clamp on it, which we got this adapter in, is why I got this 90-degree, you know. Otherwise, I would have stuck with this. But what was happening, even that little bit of fuel pressure from 6 months ago when I set all this up, when you turn the key to get fuel pressure on here, the hose was blowing off, and then I had fuel all over the place. Anyway, I'm redoing the entire fuel system. I'm putting, they call it the Hellcat fuel pump in. It's a Warbro 525 or whatever it is. I'm putting a boost reference, um, what do you call it? Regulator on. These rails I can have a supply here and a return here. So the return will go to the regulator, then that'll go back, blah, blah, blah. I got a couple other issues I got going on. The map sensor, I flashed in not a tune, but an operating system from HP Tuners for a 2-bar map sensor, which will get me up to 15 psi. I've got a 1-bar map sensor on this now. So what I'm doing is I'm going to tap off of the bottom of this. The one video I made, those gaskets around here are real crappy. So I ordered Felpro gaskets, like real ones. But that tap that comes off to the map sensor, if you remember in the other video, there's a hose that goes back and the sensor's way in the back here. I'm going to put a hose barb on there, come off, and I'm going to put like a block over here where that vacuum can go over there. And then I'm going to hook up like a boost gauge and, you know, what else? Oh, like if I ever get a blow off valve, all that can be hooked to that block instead of me having to mess with this underneath all the time. So I'm changing a few things just for convenience. But I figured for the heck of it, I'll show you what it's doing right now. I watched a video where everybody was talking about how crappy these 120 millimeter throttle bodies are. The hole that goes up in here to the idle air control valve and like the port, it's not big enough for the cam that's in here. It needs a lot more airflow, is what they're saying. And the guy was talking about drilling a hole in here. Um, I've got too many other issues that are wrong to start drilling holes yet. So I want to straighten out my fuel pressure issue first and get some of these vacuum things figured out and get new fuel lines. And then, I'm gonna turn the key. I'll show you what it's doing right now. I don't have the HP tuner or nothing hooked up. I do have the OBD2 port. Where's it at? Right here. I got the OBD2 port hooked up, so like all that's set. I was using my scanner here just to make sure the ECM was alive, but let's see. You can hear what it's doing. Goodness. I don't think it's getting enough fuel. Just enough for all the neighbors that wonder what the hell I'm doing over here. Yeah, 20 psi. I think that's my problem. Not enough fuel. Anyway, wanted to give you guys a little update what I'm doing. I'm waiting. I got this. I welded this on. It's a 90-degree, and then I've got a silicone deal that's going to go this way. And then I'm putting a water to air charge air cooler down in this area. And then I bought this, but like I bought it by the picture. The picture showed it to be longer in this dimension and in this dimension. I didn't read the description. This is what the description said it was. So this runs me right into the pulleys. I got to get a longer one that comes out, So that's my bad. This is like 16 bucks. I could save this for somebody who wants to do like a cool air intake or something. Who knows? But that's it. I want to get her running. I'm gonna update this fuel system, get it to where it's idling, and then I can get it into the other shop, which I'm gonna have to push it in there anyway. The bed has to come off for me to do the fuel pump, so it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So little update for today. Have a good weekend.